YouTube, what's poppin'? It's your favorite uncle, it's your favorite cousin, it's your favorite brother, the Hood Conservative. And listen, man, old Hoodie, you know, I was thinking about this myself when I came across this video with O'Shea Duke Jackson. The real reason why Candace Owens is joining the black sector, and I have seen this trend myself among other black conservatives, I myself. And, you know, listen, I'm going to talk about this as well as we get into some of the things that O'Shea breaks down in this video, and I'll get into some of my personal experiences as being a black conservative content creator and what kind of audience, you know, I actually ended up with. So, you know, without further ado, let's get into it. But before we get into it, please make sure you like, share, and subscribe on the video and hit that notification bell.
What good, everybody? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. I don't want to have this conversation about Candace Owens and black conservatives. Now, you know me, I am a registered Republican. I prefer to vote Republican in most cases over voting Democrat. But as you brothers know, I am pro-black. I am from the pro-black community. I love black people. You know, I mean, I always agree, but I'm for the brothers and the sisters first and foremost.
Now, I want to say that this is where I absolutely had to agree with O'Shea, which is that, you know, just because I'm conservative doesn't mean I'm a pro-black. I'm not a pro-black individual. And I think that many people kind of have that confused. And they try and attribute, you know, Republicans to racism and conservatism to racism. But I'm glad that, you know, O'Shea made that distinction, that it is okay for you to still be pro-black and be a conservative.
White, black men and black women. But most notably, the black man and what his options and opportunities are, because you cannot get healthy sisters that will have protection and things if you don't uplift the black man. Candace Owens is a conservative that has largely been critical of the black community, telling the black community to stop crying, you know, lift yourself up from your bootstraps, things like that. And I've heard this from most black conservatives too.
And listen, it is, you know, a common thing amongst black conservatives, which is, it honestly just means to get your own money. And honestly, that's what Candace is doing. It's just, listen, we'll get into the video.
You know, almost all of them have this point of view. And then I noticed something. Black conservatives don't own any media. Like, I don't see any black conservative that owns their own media. You never see black conservatives. They talk all of that stuff about ownership. They never own anything. They're right attached to whatever the whites want. Look at Jason Whitlock, okay? Over there at the Blaze. Look at Candace Owens at the Daily Wire. They never have their own things.
They never own anything. It's a criticism I've had myself. But, you know, like when it comes to these platforms, and that's why I say as a conservative content creator, you know, it's all about who your audience is really going to be. And, you know, I remember having that, you know, the understanding that I wanted more of a black audience. And this is why Hoodie decided to get out of doing politics on YouTube, because of the audience that I wanted. But O'Shea is going to get into the powers of having that black audience as well.
And he always criticized the blacks. And this is something that even Shannon Sharpe used to do. He used to have a lot of criticisms of black America. And he's a liberal to his own, to be honest. Now, he talks black and sleep white. But Candace Owens has found something out. And if you look at her behaviors, you will see where she's going. Where has Candace Owens been setting herself up to go to? What is the next sector she's going to go to? Well, we've seen her on.
She's coming over to black folks, to black YouTube.
Joe Budden. We've seen her on Breakfast Club.
Yep.
Now they're telling me she's going to go to Club Shay Shay. That'll be a big time interview.
Shay Shay. She going on over the Club Shay Shay to spill the tea on the couch. Now I'm wondering, is she gonna do like Cat Williams and the comedians that came on before she came on as a personality? Will she be spilling any tea on the Daily Wire? Because there is no better way to get in with the Negro than spilling some tea.
Want to know where Candace Owens is going to end up setting up shop? I can guarantee you, the black sector. Now, here's the person that...
Now, listen, I'm going to tell you right now. It's more comfortable over here. Nothing against white folks, and I want to say this. I love white people. I love white people. But as a conservative content creator, a lot of the content that you make happens to only be for white people. It's not, you don't end up with an audience of black people. You get a few in there, and I had some in there, but I was aware.
Was doing everything for everybody else. Turning Point USA, leave the Democratic plantation, and basically go and be powerless with white conservatives. Never owning your stuff. See, white conservatives say, hey, own your own stuff.
And listen, that's a criticism we want to get away from, but it's the truth. I mean, what is it that you own? Candace Owens just got fired from the Daily Wire. What is it that you own? Is there some power on the black side of YouTube, though?
Own your things. I don't really believe that they actually mean that, though, because we never see any of the people that they push up in front of us that do that. Nope. You don't see any black conservative person, and trust me, you get a lot of views on YouTube if you're a black conservative. Where is one that operates a business on the level of Roland?
I'll say this. Like, before YouTube got into demonetizing the channel, before, you know, the Trump situation in January 6th, it was the channel was growing leaps and bounds. I'll never forget it. But after January 6th, it was a wrap. It was a wrap.
Martin, and I'm not even a Roland Martin fan. You won't find it. Not you won't find it. Okay. Black conservatives make content for white people. Okay, but
black listen. As the hood conservative, I'm telling you that the vast majority of my audience was white. And and I mean, maybe it could be that way if you're making political content in general. Maybe it could be that, but I can tell you, because I was making conservative leaning content, that as a black dude up here, smoking reefer, chilling, cussing, saying the N-word, I had an audience full of white people chilling and hanging out in panels filled with white people. So, I mean, you know, like, you have to understand when you're getting into these political spaces, and it's not something that I fully understood. When you're getting into these political spaces, what it means to garner that kind of audience. And I mean, I'll save that for another video. Listen, put a comment if you want to hear about some of my story about being a conservative content creator. You know, put some comments down below.
See, here's what nobody knew, and I can tell you, I've been in this sector for a minute. All the money's in the black sector. See, that's what they're not telling you. People like Tariq Nasheed, Corey Holcomb, Phil Scott, Roland Martin, Kevin Samuels, the boy O'Shea Duke Jackson. Before that, it was Tommy Sotomayor. And we might not all get it. We might not all like each other or have even had issues with one another before. But here's what guys like us have shown. Willie D, who came before me, that the black sector, you can write your own ticket. All right? You can write your own ticket. And you want to know who else know that? Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp that made more money. Now, he been at Fox Sports. He'd have been at ESPN.
Shannon is writing the ticket, man. Listen, I think his smartest move was Club Shay Shay. He owns that. He getting paid.
Want to know what Club Shay Shay can do? It can exceed all that income. Want to know why he owns it? Number one, and it's extremely black. The same black folks he was.
Listen, that's what I learned about my channel. Listen. I wanted to make it black again.
Complaining about. Remember when the Deion Sanders Jackson State thing? He needed to leave there and go to Colorado, even though he went to Savannah State. And no white college in Georgia gave his ass a shot to play wide receiver at the time, which he played, not tight end. But what does Shannon Sharp learn? Come to the black sector. That's where all the opportunity is. Want to know what Candace Owens is going to do? She going to spin the block and do the same goddamn thing. Why? Everybody knows, go where the black sector is, because it's underserved, and you will get your money over there. You can build your collaborations over there. Ain't that what Cameron and Mace did?
Hello. And listen, sometimes Cam be sounding crazy. He really do. But O'Shea is right. Listen, you got an underserved population. Take advantage of that on YouTube, man. I'm telling you, take advantage of it. And for me, you know, listen. It was more comfortable for Hoodie. So, you know, it took a while to revert the page back. I had to stop making content for a long time. And then I had to go back into making content and, like, you know, listen, we finally back to a place now where we got things moving forward. And shout out to everybody that's watching the video. But, you know, listen, those were some days back then. Those were some days.
Ain't that what you see Gilbert Arenas doing with Gil's Arena? Everybody's coming to the black sector because the black sector is always going to be highly underserved, and you're going to be able to get your money and you can be able to own your stuff. But Candace Owens don't preach that. But after getting let go by Ben Shapiro, she going to learn. Whoa, because see, a lot of black conservatives, they don't want to own their things. They don't, because the audience not even black. So they're always there.
Oh, listen, let me tell you, man. Shout out to O'Shea on this, man. Listen, the audience is really only there for your political view. There's not much that they can really understand about your perspective outside of your political view. And from my perspective, they would use me more as an example for what they were trying to teach, which is fine and dandy. I mean, that's cool, but you know, a lot of times you get tired of being marched out there.
Dictated to by other groups, but Tariq ain't dictated like that. O'Shea ain't dictated like that. We own all of our stuff.
Why O'Shea couldn't use a better picture of me? O'Shea, now listen, you know, I know you got a better picture of yourself than that right there. I know you do.
I'm over here in Africa. I own 100% of what I got. It might not be much, but it's mine. 100%. Pensions, everything, mine, 100%. Don't nobody write my check. And all the opportunities that come after that then came due because of this. But now Candace Owens gonna want some of that freedom. And you know what? The same folks that she criticizing in Black America, look at how life gonna humble you. She gonna be right over here with us trying to get to the bag. Okay? Because let me tell you something. You want to know who ain't giving her tours? White conservatives.
Nope. It ain't gonna happen. It's not gonna happen.
Nobody will touch Candace Owens. Have y'all not noticed that? The reason why Candace Owens is making her runs in the white sector, because even what she said to those Jewish people, y'all might have thought that was
nuclear. She's untouchable. But Candace Owens making content for black people, we got no problem with what she said.
Great and courageous, and many whites will have thought the same way. Let any of y'all touch her though. Any of you touch her. Fox News, you hire Candace Owens, you're anti-Semitic. Want to know what group can touch her and talk to her and not be called that? Blacks. Because they're not going to be able to beat the blacks with that same kind of stick. Well, she's black. She's not really talking about, you know, the Jewish thing. She's been talking about them also. But if you're Fox News and you hire Candace Owens, you're done. Oh, she would
done, finished, finito, no coming back, finished.
Get a lot of views, but no, they can't do that. Ruben Murdoch ain't gonna do that. She's coming over to the black sector, even though she's gonna be disagreeing with a lot of people. She's gonna come over to the black sector and bring some of them white fans over there and get to the bag in the black sector. Watch most of her audience and interviews be black. She's gonna do the same thing Shannon Sharp doing. Shannon Sharp, everybody know this. People been talking about.
You gotta get this money. Listen, I can't be mad at Candace Owens for getting to the bag, though. I just want to say that. O'Shea, I can't be mad at her for getting to the bag, but I get what you're saying.
But that he got a white girlfriend, been having white girls all his life. He getting all his independent money, though, from the black. When Shannon Sharp wanted to sell his cognac in that liquor store, you know, when he had that particular funny green suit on and people said he looked gay, who did you see standing in line? It was almost all black people. I didn't see no white standing in line. That was blacks. Because a cognac is really for Hennessy drinkers. Everybody knows, as a marketing expert, you want to sell something to the black community, do cognac. Black people love Hennessy.
We love that yak, baby. We love it. We do love it. And is O'Shea right? Yes. Are there many black conservatives who have to make a pivot? Yes. Listen, a lot of black conservatives are getting demonetized. Many conservatives in general, but a lot of black conservative channels are being demonetized, period. So, you know, talking about politics on YouTube is not, you know, a way for you to get to a bag. It's not a way for you to really make any money or build any type of business. So if you are on here to try and explore that, you know, I would do it in a situation where it's unmonetized, because, you know, YouTube, they're going to deplatform you, take your channel, they're going to demonetize your channel, for you know, something stupid, like not the reuse content. What do they call it? Unsafe topics or something like that. Like, man, listen here. You're better off just staying away from all those shenanigans. Listen, as much as, you know, I agree and I love being a conservative, reporting on the news and what's going on with politics is not something that YouTube wants you to do, man. So listen, we're gonna get out of here. I'm gonna catch y'all on the next video. Make sure y'all get with your boy Hoodie on these uploads. Of course, we always got the arguing and shenanigans on the lives, but, you know, for those that want a little more news, especially what's going on in pop culture, you can catch these uploads, and make sure you're hitting that like button, man. Peace.